Hi guys, it's Faith here and you're watching Faith in America. Today we're going to talk about my favorite Filipino Christmas tradition. Are you ready for this? Can you guess what's my favorite Filipino Christmas tradition? You guess it right, it's caroling. There's something so special about caroling. It just takes me back to my childhood. All the fun memories. So for today, I'm gonna give you a little glimpse of my childhood caroling experiences when I was in the Philippines. And this is most especially for y'all kids. I'm gonna throw in some tips and tricks for you to have a successful caroling gig. I've been here in the US for 16 years, but I have not seen one single soul doing caroling. They have Christmas parades here, Christmas concerts, but not caroling. I'm just so glad that we still have that tradition because it just makes Christmas so special and highly anticipated. But you know what, guys? It's totally different the way they did it here in the US when they were still doing it. They sing the Christmas carols from house to house, but they don't get any money for doing it. They did it out of love for Christmas. So it's totally different from the Philippines because when I was in the Philippines growing up, all the kids were all excited for Christmas time to come because that's our opportunity to make money and for us to be able to just buy the things that we wanted to buy for Christmas. So anyway, in the Philippines, everybody gets so excited as soon as December hits. It's just because, like what I said, everybody, especially the kids, were trying to get ready to do our caroling. We usually start caroling in the Philippines around the 16th through the 24th. And our biggest night is going to be the 24th because that's when the time when people are very generous. Whenever we're getting ready for caroling and we know that it's the caroling season, what we do when I was a kid, we'll be looking for empty tin cans. Yes, because we make our own instruments. Tin cans, cellophane, lots of rubber band to make our drums. So what we do is we'll just put cellophane on top of an empty tin can and then put rubber bands around it, and that's our drum. And for our sticks, we can get barbecue sticks and use rubber bands and put the rubber bands on the tips of them, and that makes our sticks. Some of the kids, they like tambourine. So what they do is they would look for bottle caps and flatten them and then get a metal ring, put holes in the middle of those bottle caps and then put the bottle caps on the ring, and that makes their tambourine. So for you to have a really good caroling gig, you gotta have your instruments ready. So get all your materials, make sure you got your voice ready. That's pretty much it. So the next thing that we usually do whenever we go caroling, you wanna make sure that whenever you recruit your friends to do caroling with you, there are those friends who will be with you from the start of the night all the way to the night. Because I had a lot of bad experiences with some of my friends going with me to caroling. They'll be there for a little bit during the night and then disappeared. And then you'll just see them again whenever it's time to distribute the money. And also, you don't want shy friends to do caroling with you. You know why? Because one time I had an experience for caroling and then I was there in the house, we're all singing outside the house actually. And then I was like, how come I feel like my voice I'm overexerting, whenever I was singing. And come to find out, my friends, they're all hiding because they're so shy to sing and do caroling. That's not good because you'll end up losing your voice and then you can't do caroling the following night. So having a really good group of people doing caroling with you is very important, kids. Okay? The next thing you want to do whenever you're caroling is you want to map out your route. Because the goal here is you start your caroling, and then you want to make sure that at the end of the night, you end up next to the fair. Because that's the highlight of the night. After doing your caroling and you get all this money, you made all this money from doing caroling, you want to spend your money at the fair. Always know the 3 types of houses where you're gonna go whenever you do caroling. What I mean by that is, when I was a kid, I have these 3 types of houses. Number 1 is the generous houses. There's this stingy houses, and there's this mean houses. What you want to do at the start of the night, you want to go to the generous houses first. As a professional caroler, when I was growing up, I already know which houses are really generous. So you want to go there first because they have the budget for kids caroling. And the generous houses, for the most part, they are the first come, first serve basis. So you want to cover your quota for the night and make sure you really made that money. Because if not, you're going to end up singing all night and you're not going to make the money for that night. And then after that, when you figured out that you really didn't make a whole lot of money, and that's the only time that you want to go to the stingy houses, okay? These are the houses where you would sing too many songs already and they'll only give you 1 peso. Right. Like, really, all that voice and all those songs for 1 peso. They're just so stingy like that. And one time I had this experience. This house was so stingy, man. And they didn't even want to give me 1 peso for caroling. As soon as I opened my mouth, I was like, they already said, I'm sorry, we don't have the money. It hurt my feelings because I was just thinking, it's like, man, if you will just let me finish this one word and you're gonna hear my voice, it's gonna change your mind. My feelings was so hurt, and even my pride. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna show them that I'm doing caroling out of love for Christmas. I'm gonna finish this song. So what I did, I stayed and I sang that whole song. And now let's move on to the mean houses. These mean houses, they're the ones where when they see you approaching their house, they'll turn their lights off and pretend that there's nobody in that house. These are the houses where you'd sing forever, okay? And not one soul will come out, and they will just play that there's nobody there, even if the TV was on. So we'd be like, hey guys, we've been singing here for a while and nobody's coming out. You see the TV's on? What we do, we will just stay there and watch a show for that night. Because it's a win-win, guys. No matter how long or how many songs we sing, we're not gonna get anything from them. So we're like, you know what, guys? We might as well just stay here. At least we get to watch TV. Because you know what, guys? Watching a show from the window is like Christmas for all of us when I was growing up. Especially, we didn't have TV at home. So I was like, all right, that's how you want to be. So we don't get the money, but we get to watch TV. Win-win, right? So, okay, when the night is long and then the money was really tight and, you know, it's a slow night for us, I have this plan B so that we don't go to the fair empty-handed or go home empty-handed. So what I do is I would just stand next to a drunkard and start singing Christmas carols. And the drunkards, they're just, for some reason, they're just happy to hear me sing. And they're like, oh, very good, I'll give you 5 peso. And I was like, yes. You know what, guys, to be honest with you, 10 out of 10 times, the drunkards give the most money. And you know what? Sometimes when I would sing Christmas carols to the drunkards, sometimes they see me like a jukebox. And they'd say, hey, can you sing something for me? And I'll be like, oh, sure. So sometimes they'll request songs that are not Christmas songs. and they'll give you more money for it. And I was like, you know what? I gotta make some money. I still have to go to the fair. And then when the night is over, all the carolers, we would see each other at the fair. We'll ride some rides, eat some food, or sometimes if it was really a good night for me and I have spare money to watch a show, I'd watch a show like Gorga. So there you have it, guys. So final words, kids. If you're doing caroling this Christmas, just be careful, have fun, and enjoy my favorite Filipino Christmas tradition. Merry Christmas, guys. That's it, Pansit. Thank you guys for watching. And if you like this video, hit the like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell so that you get updated every time I have a new video. For comments, suggestions, and questions, write them down below. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Guys, it's Faith here, and you're watching Faith in America. Today we're going to talk about my favorite Filipino Christmas tradition of all. Are you ready for this? Titus Ray! Be quiet!